Today on the channel, my wife Angie is back, and together with our powers combined, we are going to build the Extreme Sets Dungeon Pop-Up.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, back again with my wife Angie. Angie, say hello.
Hello.
Angie's a trooper. She's here to help me build some of these extreme sets. And in today's video, we're building the Dungeon Pop-Up. Can you believe it?
I'm so excited.
Did you ever think that in September of 2023, you would ever be building a Dungeon Pop-Up?
I didn't think I'd be surrounded in these many toys in
Never.
my 40s.
And little people know is this is actually your toy room. I just take the heat for it. This is actually Angie's collection in here. But we are in the special room, I guess the He-Man room technically, and very fitting as this dungeon pop-up looks a heck of a lot like the inside of Castle Grayskull in a lot of ways from what I've seen. And are you familiar with Castle Grayskull?
Yes.
She is. She's always wanted to live there. Yeah, so
What's
we'll
your
get
plan for this? Is it going here?
We'll figure that out later. We got to figure out a plan for this. Maybe the bedroom. We might put this upstairs next to the nightstand. I don't know what we'll see. But I've had a lot of these extreme sets, and Angie's nice enough to help me build a lot of these. So we're going to build some of these here on the brand new YouTube channel, Kyle Peterson 2.0. Angie, have you subscribed yet?
Yes.
She finally got around. You should subscribe to the first channel, too. If you like this one, you would like the other one, too. But maybe one of these days she'll get around to that. But Angie and I, we're going to put this together. We're going to pull it out. Put it together. Hopefully we can figure it out with our powers combined. And Angie is a master builder. As we do know, she builds detolfs, bookshelves, everything, school lunches, you name it. She's a jack of all trade in a lot of ways. So we're going to put this guy together. But I guess, Angie, first what we should do is pull everything out. Let's see what's going on. See what all this looks like in here. And this, of course, Dungeon Pop-Up. Pretty bare bones cardboard, of course. Extreme Sets is where this is from. Hit up Extreme Sets on Entertainment Earth, I guess. Use the link in the description down below. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on in-stock items. $79 or more. Does ship free. I have picked up some of these Extreme Sets over there at Entertainment Earth on deals. Got to get a deal. We know how that goes. But Angie, without further ado, let's try to figure out how to pull this out of the package. With our powers combined... Uh-oh, we're losing pieces, we're losing all kinds of stuff. So we got this, I don't know how you see later that, but we're going to stick that right over there. But we got all these pieces that we're going to have to figure out how they all go and everything else. So we got sheets. Instructions. Always great to have some instructions.
It's a lot of pieces.
Now, Angie's not a big fan of instructions, and I always call you what? I always call her a bowl in a china shop. And I remember when we first met, I called you that, and you said, I don't understand why there's a bowl in a china shop. You remember that? She said, a bowl? What? That would just get broken. And it was very funny. Very, very humorous. Had to be there. Had to be there, right?
Yes. I feel like, did you even explain it well enough? I didn't understand.
I don't know.
Like, I thought it was B-O-W-L, not B-O-L-L.
Yeah. So it was like a bowl. But yeah, we got little grates here going on, a little prison. So we definitely got a lot of work to do here. And I'm going to go eat some lunch.
Okay.
You stay down here, get all this put together. Oh, I got a little functioning door here.
Rip. That's going to be scotch tape later.
We're going to be careful with that. But all right, Angie and I are going to get down to business. And we'll maybe. We're going to get down to business here. And we'll be back talking all things dungeon.
Oh, God. As we did get the dungeon put together, as you saw in the old time lapse there. Some struggles here and there, but it's like a puzzle. It's like putting a puzzle together where it just kind of clicks. You're like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I'm following. So it took us a little bit of time, but we did get this one together, and it is a big pop-up stage. One thing, Angie, that's cool about this, very customizable. You can move the different things around. To me, personally, I'd probably cut the floor in half. There's a lot of I don't want to say wasted space here, but you can fold this floor in and bring everything a little bit tighter. Obviously, space is an issue, but man, if you're a little kid down there playing with this, oh baby, watch out on that one there. But Angie, what did you think about putting this together? How did it go for you?
The only hard part was the stairs.
The stairs were a little difficult. You had to figure out which way went which one, yeah, all that kind of fun puzzle stuff. It's like a good puzzle. It keeps Alzheimer's away or something like that if you do these kind of puzzles, I think. So maybe we'll do that when we're older. But we do get doors on each side here. As you can see, these doors open up. If you want to, be careful there. But they do open up, so you can put characters through. Of course, you got the big staircase to nowhere. It's like a sitcom is what this is, a staircase that goes to nowhere. But definitely very cool here. Of course, you get these 2 columns. Cool thing about these columns, you can put them wherever you want to put them. They can go wherever, so you can really choose your own dungeon adventure is what you can do. And then you do get this wall here. This wall is, of course, removable. Steps removable, so you can move, mix, and match. You get a little dungeon back here. I guess a little jail cell back here as well. So you can, put a character back behind there. I guess perfect time for me to grab some characters. Here's all Masterverse. Of course, Masterverse on the shelves right now as I'm filming this. You do got He-Man. You can stick him there back behind the cell. Of course, you got Skeletor. I got him recently here. You can kind of just see how these guys work in this environment. It definitely scales very well with these. They definitely fit in there. But I know what Angie's thinking. Well, Kyle, what about the Masters Universe Origins line? How do those fit in there? And that's what she's exactly thinking about. So I did grab a He-Man here. And honestly, I think it really does work for both, because as Angie's always told me, these old castles, these old dungeons, they're usually even bigger, because I think there was giants and ogres and an occasional wizard back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely does work for the Origin style as well. So you can really go back and forth. Of course, I got the Masters Universe Classics behind me. You can use those in here if you need to. Really is very customizable for anyone out there. Kids, Angie, any of us out there. Angie, any other thoughts on this from you? No other thoughts? No excitement? Now, the only thing is, where the heck am I going to put this thing? That's the only thing. But to me, I wouldn't mind cutting it back a little bit and almost cutting it in half. I really wish it fit perfectly on a bookshelf. Man, that would be a game changer. That's not going to be in the cards here, but definitely will look good. I just got to figure out a way to be able to move this around without, having to totally build it each time. It'd be great to one of those things you put away, pull it out as you need it, back and forth, maybe for figure photography. Figure photographers out there would love something like this. It's just figuring out the space for something like this, as this does take up a lot of real estate. But man, is it very cool. When I was a little kid, I would have loved to have something like this. Angie, I'm sure when she was a little kid playing with Masters of the Universe, she would have loved to have something like this. No? Maybe. Maybe. We'll talk about that later. But very, very cool. Of course, it is all cardboard. It is all made of cardboard. It does fold. It does. Obviously, you can't get this wet. It's like a gremlin. You don't get it wet. And you don't feed it after midnight. That's for sure. But definitely a lot of playability here. A lot of customizable options. You could very easily just take one little wall off, put this there, do figure photography with just one wall if you wanted to. So there's just a lot of different ways with these extreme sets. And necessarily, this doesn't have to be for He-Man. This could be for anything you want it to be, really, at the end of the day. Anything you need, you want your Dungeons and Dragons figures. Mythic Legion figures would be great in something like this. I don't know. What else? Think of anything else? Any figure, really, is what Angie says. Cabbage Patch Kids, if you got some of them, you can stick them in here. But just definitely a lot of playability, a lot of customizability. I forgot to mention some of the graphics on this thing. You do get some flames, some torches, very dungeon-like. The wooden doors on here, you do get a door underneath the stairs as well you can use. Steps we talked about, little column supports, and then you got a little bit of a jail. These jail cell doors are not openable. You can't, swap people in and out. You got to go over the top here.
Now, one thing you can do here is you can turn this into like a little box. See how I squared it all off and really shrunk the space down? That might not be a bad idea. And then you could open this up. But then you just got about half the size, way less than half the size. And this is maybe how I'm going to do this. Just have a little display like so. That's the beautiful thing with these extreme sets. They're very customizable. You fold the floor in half so it's a half a floor. So, I don't know. There's definitely some things to do here. So, I'm going to keep playing around with it and see what I can figure out. So, there you go.
Actually, an extra piece that goes into the back there. So, definitely interesting. Definitely here for this. Of course, extreme sets have been around for a long time. This isn't my first rodeo with extreme sets either. I've had some of the wrestling stuff. But we got some more of these to unbox here on the channel. And Angie said she would be nice enough to help me build all of these.
Where are we gonna put them all?
Where are we going to put them all? That's the million-dollar question. We'll see what happens there. But Angie and I will be back again with some more of these. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you subscribe to this very YouTube channel, the brand new YouTube channel we're getting rolling here. There's a lot of content, and there's going to be more of these extreme sets over on this channel, including other stuff. And Angie's thinking about doing a video once a week on the channel as well. We'll see what happens with that, Angie. I don't know. You gotta get your business plan out there. You gotta get your treatment ready and all that kind of fun stuff.
Treatment?
Yeah, a treatment. A treatment. It's a fancy insider term from a guy that's one class away from a minor in film. That's what that exactly is. But Angie, thank you for coming. Thank you for helping out.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure having you down here. In more ways than one. There you go. There you go. But always good to get these together. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the old notification bell. And don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, you name it, all going on over the old Patreon channel. And truly, your best way to support Angie's habits. And if you also want to support the channel, you can also go to ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget to follow on social media, Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So, for Angie, I'm Kyle. We'll see you guys all real soon.